Hey friends, happy Friday. It's Quenby, the Grateful Queen, here on YouTube. Welcome back for another Live at 5 Reseller Community Night. Every Friday on the channel, I do a live video and call it Reseller Community Night, and it's just an opportunity for people who resell online to come together and talk about their week in reselling. I'm filming this. It's October 1st. Wow. October 1st. What are you thinking about that, friends? It's the start of Q4. Q4 is traditionally the best reselling month for resellers online. I've been selling on eBay for 10 years, mostly clothes, fashion, handbags, any type of accessory, and all sorts of stuff. I sell whatever, but mostly it's fashion stuff. I'm also on Poshmark. I sell digital products on Etsy, and I started selling on Thredup just recently. I'm in like my first month of Thredup, but I'm very optimistic about my sales so far. So I'll get a chance to hopefully check in with you guys about that. So if you were in the chat, hi friends, I see some friends starting to come in. Give me a check-in about your week in reselling. What is happening for you? How are sales? I am over on Instagram at The Grateful Queen. Come find me over there. I try and post reselling related content every single day over there. And I'm hearing a lot that sales were pretty slow for people the last couple weeks. Not necessarily everybody, but I saw a lot of posts about it. And that happened for me as well. So I did put out a video this week on several of the things that I do when my eBay store just kind of like goes silent for a while, because that happened to me a few weeks ago. I had a 0 sales day on a Saturday, which doesn't really happen to me anymore. I mean, I've been on there 10 years, so I have a rhythm going with sales over on eBay. I kind of know what works. And I had a 0 sales day. So I was like, okay, put everything else down, get on eBay, get to work. And I made a video about those things that I do. And I'd love to hear from you all. When sales are slow, whatever platform you're on, whether it's Depop, Mercari, eBay, Poshmark, Citizen, Grail, Facebook Marketplace, what are your go-to interventions? I shared all about those in that video, and it was really good for me to kind of just go back to the basics and get to work on eBay and turn things around. And I saw a huge turnaround with just a few days, and then within a week, I was back on track. So I feel really good. Every once in a while, I think you have to go into your stores and kind of spruce things up, make sure things are looking the way you want. Oh, I'm going to say hi to some friends, and let's get the conversation started by letting me know, how is your week? What's going on? How are sales? What are you focusing on in your reselling business right now? It's fall, and I'm supposed to be listing like boots and blazers and jackets and sweaters, and it's 90 something degrees here again in California. I'm in Northern California. Believe it or not, where you live does affect your ability to sell and what you sell. So Holly is back in the house. I've missed that girl. I haven't seen her. Her username's Hunter Ryan, but it's Holly. Hey guys, not sure if I'm logged in as Hunter Ryan or my comedy account, Jacko Diary. So hey, got a ton to do working in Poshtopia Studios, leather goods holding area, guest room. Yeah, she always has a ton going on. She gets a lot done. And we've got Deborah's here from Timeless Jewel by Deborah. Gotta listen while packing for a paranormal investigation, a ghost hunting trip. That's like amazing. Some of you guys do stuff that, like, I have no experience with that, and I just think it's so cool. What do you guys do? Like, what do you... I know we talk here reselling, and we'll keep it focused on our reselling business. We're here to like get tips and tricks for reselling online, and if we have any questions or challenges, we're here to help each other. So make sure to put that in the chat. But I'm always curious about you guys and what you're up to. Like, Deborah's into paranormal investigation. Barbara Babash is here saying, howdy, all, fall is in the air. Now, I don't feel it. I did earlier this week. I was like, oh, is it time to get my boots out and stuff? But we're having another heat wave here in California, so not quite yet. Misty made it, saying hello all. And I hope I'm saying this right. Qwerty Plop. I mean, it's just so good. And you don't get many Q words. And my name is Quenby with a Q, so I love seeing the Q stuff. Hello from Colorado. Sold my first item this week. Oh my God, congratulations. What did you sell? And where did you sell it? And what's selling for you guys right now? Like, what are you noticing is starting to move? For me, as a clothing seller, primarily, I'm finally selling blazers. I have not sold blazers in like 2 years, so I'm just so excited to get those blazers out of here. Live Style Rewind is here. Hi, I haven't been to one of these lives in so long. I'm so glad you're here. Where have you been and what have you been up to? What's happening with your business? And James is here, the Antique Boutique. I'm starting to feel a little bit of grief, you guys, because next week is the week that Posh Fest was scheduled, October 7th and 8th. It was in Orlando, Florida, and it was canceled due to COVID, which I understand. Florida's been hit kind of hard, so we all want to stay safe. Yet I had plans to meet so many of you, so my heart is like, oh, I'm so bummed out about that. I'm still going to go to the East Coast because I need to go see my dad, who's got some major health issues. But I don't get to meet everybody. I really want to do some kind of meetup. How could we do it? Sarah Lee Coleman is here. Hi, Quemby. Happy, beautiful Friday. It is a beautiful Friday. I had a busy Friday. I'm back at Zumba, you guys, so I'm trying to go 3 times a week because a lot of this reselling gig is sitting on a computer. And I'm not good at sitting on a computer. I don't know how I got into this gig when it's like mostly computer work. And I'm not good at it. I do not have endurance. So I find if I go work out in the morning, it helps me be able to sit and get my listings done and all that stuff. Okay, I see a lot of friends coming in. Let me stop chatting and say hi, and then we'll get into what we want to talk about. I said hi to James, and Rose is here. Hey, Rose. I love the name Rose. Oh my gosh, it's Oso Victoria. Hello, my lovelies. I haven't seen you in a little bit. On Instagram, I get to see you, but welcome back to the Friday Live. It's so good to have you. What have you been up to? Melissa's saying, hi, everybody. Poshmark sales have been so much better than eBay. I just don't get eBay. What questions do you have? Because I'm happy to help anybody get eBay. I've been doing it a long time. I just love eBay. Do I love everything? No. I do, Melissa, on the channel. I have a whole playlist of eBay videos, like all the basics. And so I wonder if any of those might help you. I would love everybody to sell on eBay. I just think there's so much opportunity there. Rhonda Creek is here with us saying happy Friday. And the reselling mama is here again. So good to see you. But Bet, where were you last week? Babette Sabol says, hi, everyone. Had a very good September on mostly eBay and Posh, just listing and relisting. You know, I'd love to hear a little bit more about that, Babette, because you were someone not too long ago who was just starting eBay and just getting some things going. So I know it's been a few months for you now, but what have you learned? What can you share with us? Because there's people in the chat who are like, eBay feels overwhelming. What tips do you have as somebody who's like, getting some momentum now and being a recent, you just started somewhat recently. Dawn Holland is here, and Zoe. Hey, I'm a little late, but I'm happy to be here. You're not late. Deborah Anderson, I'm here. Slow sales week, but I think God was taking care of me. I've been sick since Monday night. Oh no. And 2 weeks to ship lots of sales. I think I'm starting to feel a bit better, just respiratory stuff. Oh, I'm so sorry. A lot of, here we go, like cold and flu season. So yeah, sometimes it works out that way. It's like, thank goodness you didn't have a ton of sales, because then you'd be like, you wouldn't have the energy to do all the shipping and stuff. I love that about this reselling gig, you guys. I really, really appreciate how flexible it is. You know what I mean? Like if life stuff happens and you're not feeling good or you've got some problem, you can just pull back and you're like, oh, I might not make as many sales right now, but I have that luxury of pulling back. I don't have a boss standing over me being like, why aren't you here? You still have to get it done. So you can take care of yourself. I really appreciate that. All right. Live Style Rewind. I said, hi, Lori Richardson's here. Hi, all. Currently heading home from a very unnecessary trip to the bins. LOL. Have gone 3 times in the past 2 weeks. So fun, but I really should not ever go again. I have so much to list. You need your accountability buddy to tell you, hey, stay home. James is saying I need to list winter stuff I got recently. Yeah, I need to too, but I still have so much. Oh gosh, so many good friends. Oh, there's Sarah. Hello. I made it. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well, Sarah. And here's Kelly. Hi, Quemby. Hi, everyone. Let the weekend commence. I know. I really should be listing things all weekend, but I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. I've got Torvald here. My mom's coming over. Grateful Babette's coming over tomorrow night so we can continue our binge watching of Downton Abbey. Oh my God, it's so good. And we can only do it like every couple of weeks, so we just try and watch at least a couple episodes. Here's Castell's Posh Loft. Can you believe this heat, Eva? It's like, I thought we were going into fall, and now it's in the 90s again. All right. I said, oh, hi, Keely. Keely's here. Oh, and Cordy Plop sold my pair of Coach slip-ons I purchased from the Goodwill. Oh, and you're Kim. Okay, cool. That is awesome. Coach sells well for me. Coach everything when I think about it. Like, I've sold Coach shoes, Coach handbags. I have a video from a long time ago, at least a year ago, where I bought a lot. I think it was 30 Coach handbags, and they all came with COA, Certificate of Authenticity. I bought it from the Goodwill Online. ShopGoodwill.com. Those videos are up. And in the fall, I tend to sell them. I still have a handful of them left, but I've made a lot of money on that. So if anyone's interested in like bulk bags or bulk anything, check out ShopGoodwill.com because that's the online website for Goodwill. And they do a ton of lots. I bought from them a lot. I've been using Jomar so much and loving it, so I haven't been doing as much, but I've bought a few lots on that website. Do you guys have experience with that? I have some videos about using shopgoodwill.com. Okay, now I'm going up to see if there's any good comments here that any good reselling comments that I want to highlight here. Oh, it's so good to see you all. Melissa said, Posh, has anyone else had that? Melissa was saying Posh sales are better. It is rare that my Posh sales outnumber eBay, but when it happens, I'm always like, whoa. Often my sales, I sell higher dollar items on Poshmark, but not as many. James says, I list when sales are slow. 1, 2, 3, some amount, if even minor. 100%, that's always my go-to. Holly said, I added Tradesy to my platforms. Macari has been doing best for me. I'll check your eBay video. Do you do a store? Is that better to be active? I definitely have a store. There's all different levels of a store. And I think if you're going to sell on there at all, there's so many benefits to a store, at least a basic store. I would definitely get a store. I mean, I could do a whole video about all the benefits. There's tons. One, you're going to get free eBay shipping supplies. So like poly mailers, tape, tissue paper boxes, you get a coupon. It gives you the ability to run sales, gives you the ability to look at analytics. Now coupons, there's so much. So I would say if you think you're going to sell on there and you're going to list, I don't know how many things you need to list a month, but I think it's worth it. What do you guys think about that? James said, strong start to September, the end fizzled. Yeah, I had a little bit of that too. I know when I check my sales numbers on eBay, it's going to be down. And it's like, I attribute that to lots of different things. One of them is I'm putting a little more energy into Thredup right now because I've only been on Thredup as a seller. It's not even a month yet. They've only processed 4 of my boxes. I've sent them 10. My sales totals for Thredup as a brand new reseller sending things in for the first time is $711. I believe, is that 3 weeks now? It might be 3 weeks of sales. And somebody could return some of this stuff. I'm just tracking what's selling and what my payout is. Stuff could be returned and more stuff's going to sell. But for me, that is amazing considering I'm not photographing it, shipping it, storing it, I just send it to them. I am tracking stuff, so that takes a little time, but where are you guys at with that? I highly recommend the course I'm in. It's Rebecca the Reseller. There's a link and a discount in the description, and I'm learning everything from her. Also, Victoria said, altering bridesmaids' dresses, but also organizing to streamline and listing. Are you selling bridesmaids' dresses, Victoria? Deborah says, I was in Tucson, so all my stores were closed. So I have been doing a lot of pictures and draft listings done. That's a smart use of your time. Liv says, Liv Style Rewind. I have a huge movie collection, mostly VHS. Oh my God, that's funny. VHS. Can you still find those? Like, I don't even see them at the thrift stores or anything anymore. I bet there's a ton of people that are like into VHS. And the quality, though. Dawn says, I'm a new reseller and I think I need to do inventory. I keep buying stuff, but not listing. Uh-oh. And I live in an apartment. Eek. Okay, you gotta like check yourself right now, friend. Most of us have been in that situation where we're shopping more than we're listing, and it is dangerous. I highly recommend getting an accountability buddy, that someone you know on Instagram or here on YouTube that you can check in with and be like, set a goal for yourself. Like, I'm going to list 5 or 10 or however many a day, and or how many number until you can go sourcing again. It's a scary trap, because we don't want to be hoarders. We don't want to be, listing is the most important thing. And it is hard because most of us love going out there. What do you guys think about that? What would you say to Dawn about that? And when you say, oh, Goddess Threads is here. Sorry, I don't think I saw you earlier. So good to see you. Any ideas? Yeah, inventory. You guys want to get into an inventory? Does anyone have like a good inventory, simple thing that a newer reseller could try? Liv says, my partner is a drummer in several bands, so Friday nights are usually a show nights in the summer. He's playing tonight, but I was too tired to go. Does he want to play the drums in your house? Because I'd be like, that's too loud. Hey, Lindsay. Lindsay's Posh Loft has jumped in, and my friend Leslie at A Reseller's Passion. Happy Friday, Quemby and friends. Just stopping in to say hello. I hope everyone's stepping into Q4 with purpose. Now, that is a good word right there, purpose. With purpose. What is your purpose right now with your business? What do you intend? What do you see for yourself? How do you want it to go? Some people might call it goals. Sarah said, I'm awful at listing and great at sourcing. Now, we do have Leslie in the chat, and Leslie at A Reseller's Passion is like one of the only people that I can think of that has said before she doesn't love the sourcing part as much. Is that right, Leslie? Do I still have that right? I don't want to misquote you, but like, everyone's like, I love the thrifting. She's like, no, I don't really love the thrifting. But that's a rare person. Most of us love the treasure hunt of going out to the thrift stores and all that. And it's harder to like hold ourselves accountable for our goals. I mean, like for the listing goals, my goal as a part-timer is 5 a day. And it's really 5 days a week. I'd love to do it 7 but sometimes I'll just miss a day. I have another full-time job as a psychotherapist, and that is busy right now. I have a kid, but regular listing leads to regular sales. So listing, in my opinion, is the most important thing. So you got to make sure you have a way to hold yourself accountable. James says, how funny. I just made a full price sale on eBay as we speak. That's happened before. I think it's like, I don't know. Maybe we're all just bringing the good energy to you. Allison Cooper's here. September was my first month on Mercari, killing it. Let me know in the chat, or if you're watching the replay, in the comment section of the video, are you selling on Mercari? I have not even been on Mercari, but I'm hearing really good things. If I didn't do Thredup, for me, it was like, okay, Thredup or Mercari. Like as a part-timer, I can only take on so many things. I probably have 10 to 15 hours a week, give or take, depending on what's happening. But let me know, do you sell on Mercari, and how's it going for you? If you want to learn to sell on Mercari, my friend Rebecca, she has a new course about selling on Mercari. So I just figure when I'm ready to take on something else new, I'll take the course, because I'd rather learn from someone who's already done it rather than just try and figure it out myself. Like, I don't want to reinvent the wheel, as people say. Qwerty Plop, I guess it's Kim, right? Have a question regarding Jomar. You always get such good stuff. But there are some YouTubers who say they don't get as good items. Do you get better items since you do the videos? That is a good question and kind of a complicated question. I don't believe so. And then there are some people that, there's several people in the chat now who are affiliates. I get messages from people all the time on Instagram, on YouTube, that they loved their box. And I do get occasionally messages from people that say they didn't like their box. And that's my experience as well. I don't open every box for a video because I get a lot of boxes. But I've had boxes that I'm not that happy with. I've had boxes that are like, I'll probably make my money. And then I've had amazing boxes. But there really is a real range, and it definitely is a mystery box. And with any kind of mystery box, feel free to chime in here, friends, about this, because we have lots of people in the chat who buy them. You just never know exactly what you're going to get. I've had same with Thredup. I've had bad Thredup boxes, and I've had amazing Thredup boxes. It's kind of the way it goes. If you're concerned about stuff like that, I would be really smart and do your research about which boxes you buy. Like the new with tag or branded boxes are much safer. If you're just thinking about getting a box or two, like get a Free People box and you know exactly pretty much what's going to be in there and what's not. Or if you sell shoes, get a shoe box or vintage. It has to be right for you and your business. But I don't think that Jomar Wholesale, as big as it is sitting there thinking, oh, this box is going for Quemby. With my, I'm a relatively very small channel. I just don't think they're sitting there packing individual boxes for me every week. I personally don't believe so. Mindy said, I found Fry Page tall riding boots today for $6. Hopefully it's my good flip. Fry Boots as a Bolo brand right there, and it's the perfect time for it, Mindy. So that's awesome. Oh, God, the chat just went by and I had some comments. Liv says, I've never tried Mercari, but I feel like I should. I'm strictly on Posh, and I've sold 2 things on eBay several years ago. How come you're just sticking with Posh? Are you part-time, or what's your deal with that? With all the cross-posting software out there now and how inexpensive it is and how easy it is to use, it just seems like it makes sense to be on more than one platform, but that's a personal decision. Allison said, I made $781 in my first month on Mercari. I think that's amazing. That is. Why do you think it's working so well for you? Like, what about Mercari, or what about what you're doing or selling is working? Kelly said, I watch one episode of Hoarders every evening. That motivates me to clean my workspace and list my inventory. That's awesome. How do you watch it? Like, I've never seen it. I think I might have seen clips, maybe in YouTube videos or something. Like, is it just, maybe I could just Google it and find some YouTube videos or something? That's crazy. And you're like, I don't want to be that person. I want to be the seller. That's awesome. What a good idea. Leslie says, I like thrifting for myself, but not for business. I thrift to make money. The advantage for me is that I stick to a budget and I don't source more than I need. Yeah, that's amazing. Like, that is discipline. That is a discipline that I think a lot of people struggle with. Sarah says, Mercari is usually my best platform. Wow, you guys, I haven't heard that before. Like, I'm hearing that. Mercari's been buzzing around. I've been hearing about it more and more. And then people talking about good sales. And now I'm like, something's happening good over there. What do you guys think it is? Barbara said, what should I expect in Q4? Do sales usually double? That's a good question. I don't think I've tracked my numbers that specifically. I mean, I could probably go on eBay and easily with all their analytics in my seller hub and see what last year was. Of course, it's going to depend on a lot of different things, like you and how much you list and how much you're working it. But I don't know does anyone know, like, does anyone have their data that down, that they know whether it's doubled? I just know it's like usually more sales, but I haven't tracked exactly what percentage more. Liv says, no, we are in a 1-bedroom tiny apartment. His band rents out a practice space. Thank goodness. I know. I'm always afraid my son, Torvald, he has to decide about band. coming up for the second half of the school year, and it's like, what if he wants to play drums or some loud instrument and he's going to be practicing, and I'm going to be like, oh my god, it's too loud. Dawn says, okay, yes, I will do that. Maybe even put it on the calendar. Oh, 100%. I am a huge believer in writing things down and lists. If you can find a bunch of research and information on goals and what separates people from the people who actually meet their goals and exceed them and people who don't. And writing things down is always on that list. You're more likely to achieve something if you write it down. It also helps to like say it to people like, hey, I'm going to sell this much in Q4. Hey, I'm going to list 10 items a day for 30 days and I'm going to track how I do it. Or what, it can be a small goal, 2 items a day. I think 2 items a day is better than 4 items one day, nothing, 3, 10, 2. I think the consistency across listing on these platforms is better. What do you guys think about that? Keely said, I just picked up my childhood collection of Disney VHS from my bio mom's apartment. What movies were in there? Lori said, I hadn't listed for about a week, so I just noticed that Posh has increased the character limit for titles. I'm so glad you brought that up. Happily surprised. When did that happen? I don't know. I noticed it in the past couple of weeks. I use 2 different softwares. I use Prime Lister and I use Vendoo. And I use Vendoo for cross-posting more. And so I build my listings on eBay and then I use Vendoo to cross-post them to Posh. And always when I go to cross-post, I have to delete like half my title. And then I noticed, wait, why isn't it making me delete my title? I thought it was like maybe a glitch in the software because I hadn't heard anything. Did you guys? So it is true. And in the last few weeks, I'd say you now get more characters. And that's something that Poshers have been asking for. So I really appreciate Poshmark for listening because a lot of the updates and things they put out, a lot of people are like, what's the point of that update? We want something that's going to help us as sellers. So I'm glad they did that. If only they could do something about the shipping, that would be for me. Hey, Carrie T, welcome. Carrie T says, I've been having an amazing month. I've been listing on Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups, eBay, Depop, and Posh. I also have things on the Real, Thredup, and Local Consignment who does not have auctions or something like that. That is awesome. Wow, what's going on with you? You're really up leveling. I've seen on Instagram you've been posting more like vintage home decor stuff. I didn't know you were into that. Carrie said the worst thing you can do is have too much stock. I went through that. It took me months to get through it, and it really slowed my business down. Try not to buy until you sell. I personally agree, and I don't mind. Hey, Victoria. Super Geeked is in the house, y'all. Hey, y'all. She can actually say that because she's got that Southern accent. Hey, y'all. So cute. Those Southern girls. I love them. Leslie says, Q4 is more representative of holiday shoppers. The sales are better because many people are shopping for school, holidays, and fall and winter items. Really good point. I know I am, which is why I'm often getting as many Newid tag items as I can as a clothing seller. I like to buy the Newid tag boxes and stuff so that, because I shop a lot myself on eBay. Like I always buy PD a bunch of clothes for Christmas and there's, people are shopping. Sarah said she started reselling in Q4 last year. Zoe says, Macari is hit or miss for me, but sometimes it really helps out when Posh is slow. Yeah, that's the way I feel about I like having Posh. It's never outperformed eBay in any real way. Like on eBay, typically I make about $2,000 a month in sales as a part-time reseller with about 10 to 15 hours. And on Posh, I usually make about $500 a month in sales. I don't do as much on Posh. And I'm okay with that, but I love it sometimes because it's like last week I sold those jeans for $190 and I'm like, they didn't sell on eBay. I think 3 of those Japanese jeans I got in a Jomar Wholesale men's box sold on Poshmark. 1 sold on eBay, I believe. So I always appreciate like when I'll get a flurry of Poshmark sales and I'm like, whoa, I'm glad I'm over there. It all adds up. I think that's a really good point. Did I miss anything up here? Because a bunch of people look like they came in and said hi. Eva, who's in my area, says, yes, it's hot today. My purpose is to get my death pile listed so that I can be ready to move in a few months. I'll probably cross-post for maximum exposure. That's a really great way to say it. Maximum exposure on your item. That makes sense. That makes sense. Leslie says, I don't believe we, as Jomar affiliates, I think she's talking about, I don't believe we get better products because we're affiliates. I have received items I'm not happy with. I win more than I lose. Please contact customer service. If you're not satisfied, don't bash. Exactly. Lori says, I make most of my sales on eBay, then Posh and Depop are probably tied for next number of sales. I've never even been on Depop. Like, I hear about it, but I haven't been over there. Most of the sales on eBay, then Posh and Depop are probably tied. Yeah. I love all the platforms. They're just different. Sarah says, Mercari was my first platform. I wouldn't spend any money on a Mercari course if I were you. You know what you're doing as a reseller, and I had no clue, but I was able to do it. Keep your money. Misty says, I cross-list to Marketplace and Mercari, even though sales are not consistent. It's so quick and easy to cross-list. I know. Like see, eBay, I've been on there 10 years. It's been my thing, So it's like I do everything with eBay first. And I'm limited for time. I just am very limited for time. So I do my eBay listings. That's my thing. Every day, just get my 5 up. That's like my number 1 before I record a video, before I go sourcing, before I cross post to Poshmark, before anything is with my reselling time, get my listings up. And then if I'm doing really great, I'll cross post over really quick. I'll do some other stuff, but listing is always like the first and most important thing that I do. If you're in the chat and I did not say hi, please leave me another comment, because honest to God, I'll be talking and then things flip by, and I really do want to say hi to everybody. So Sarah said she just started Grailed and she's not loving it. My gosh, you guys, there's so many good platforms. I mean, now I'm on Thredup and I'm on Etsy and on Poshmark and eBay. It sounds like a lot, but I'm really not doing all that much. There are so many platforms. It's amazing. If I was full-time, I would be trying to get everything on every platform. That just makes the most amount of sense to me. Mo is here from Albuquerque. We've got our New Mexico friends in the house. I'm late doing homework with an eye-rolling teenager. I'm late doing homework with an eye-rolling teenager. I know. You just tell that teenager, listen, I have to go see my community on Friday night. You're just going to have to figure this algebra out on your own. Trust me, I know. It's funny because my son's 10, and I say to Peter all the time, like, he's like 10 going on 16. You always hear people saying that, but it's like, I think it just gets earlier and sooner and younger and earlier that they start with the like, Mom, the whole teenage thing. Rose says, I wish Poshmark would allow you to delete an item even if you sent offers on them. There is a workaround on that. There is a hack for that. Let me see if I can explain it, because I absolutely agree. eBay lets you end an item. So what Rose is mentioning, if I have it right, Rose, let me know if I have it right. You have an item on Poshmark and you send out some offers on it. Then it sells on eBay and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to go over and end it, delete it from Poshmark because it's gone. So you go to Poshmark and you try and mark it as not for sale or end it. And Poshmark says, sorry, you cannot end this or mark it not for sale because it has an offer on it. The hack for that is very simple. What you do is you open your item and you make a dramatic change of size or something. So let's say it's a women's skirt size 2. If you go in there and edit the listing and you put women's size plus size 4X and then you save it, Poshmark sees that as a big change. So it takes the offer off and then it allows you to go in and end it. Does that make sense? So that's the workaround for letting you delete an item even if there is an offer. Go in there and change the size or something in a very big way, and then it will remove the offers and allow you to end it. Do you guys do that? Do you guys do that? Sarah saying, yes, she noticed the more title and description on Posh. All right, let me just see. The Reselling Mama. I received my first Jomar men's box and I got a brand new robe, 100% cashmere with a $995 tag and a Dolce & Gabbana men's velvet blazer. Wow. I don't know and honestly, you're going to get boxes like that. And then you're going to get boxes where you're like, this is like all Ann Taylor Loft, size extra small, and fast fashion. It's just like you win some, you lose some. It's hard and fantastic. That's amazing. My men's boxes are some of my best boxes from Thredup and from Jomar. Hands down, the men's boxes have been the best. I just don't love selling men's as much. I should sell more because it sells better, but I don't enjoy it as much. All right, let me see what I've missed down here. Rose says, oh my God, thank you. I will try it next time. Yeah, and if you need, find me on Instagram and message me if it doesn't work for you. And James says, nice hack. I never knew that. You know what I used to do is I used to write it down. And I'd be like, go in as soon as the offer's gone. And then I kind of just messed around with all sorts of stuff, and that hack works. Another little tip to add on to that hack is often what I'll do, and then I'll go back. So I'm able to end it, but then I'll go back and I'll put it back to what it was in case the item gets returned or whatever, or they don't pay for it or something like that. Then my listing, I can just use the listing again and it won't be wrong. Hopefully that makes sense. It would be easier for me to show it on my screen. So let's see what else is happening. Mo said, thank you for that. I didn't know that, and I have problems with deleting things. Hey, Posh Paradise is here. I haven't seen that username before. I'm only selling on Poshmark and eBay right now. That's all I can handle. I know. And that's totally fine. I don't know about you, but I'll get to places where I'm like, you know what? I'm ready for something else. Like I get a little bored or restless, or I just feel like it's time to I have the energy for something else, and then I'll start doing it, like this whole Thredup thing. So I think sometimes once we get things kind of dialed in, or we really want to grow our business, or somehow for some reason we ended up with more time, or our processes are better and we can take on more, then you can always take on something more. Then you can be like, oh, I want to try Mercari or Thredup or whatever. The thing that I'm just loving about Thredup, I haven't had any major problems happen to me there yet, like a lost box. So talk to me after I've had some problems. I know there will be problems. I have manage my expectations around that, but I'm just I'm like, whoa, I get to send off boxes and they're going to sell it for me. I'm sending a lot of stuff that I don't want to list. I'm bored of women's dress pants. I don't want to list a bunch of women's trousers or stuff I'm not that excited about. And then I make piles of the stuff I'm really excited about. Like all my lag and look stuff and my free people stuff. And then I get to list that. So I don't know. There's so many ways. There's so many ways to make it work for you. Leslie says, I don't miss doing homework with my children. I know. And she homeschooled too. I had that year and a half of homeschooling. It was really hard and I kind of miss it at the same time. So, and James says there's a proliferation of niche platforms. Kid is in for kids, Grailed for men's. I know. And I think we're only going to get more because I think buying online, it just is growing and growing. Deborah Anderson, I sell on Mercari. The thing to know is listings get stale fairly soon after listing it. But with Vendoo, it's easy to delist and relist. I think that's a necessary component to be successful on Mercari. That's a really good tip. I just want to say thank you all for being here and thank you for all the amazing comments. I try and think if I was a newer reseller and I had all of you in the chat with your helpful comments and being willing to just share everything you've learned, it would just be so helpful for me. It's so helpful for me now, and I've been selling for so long. We're never done learning and growing. There's always something new to try. There's always a challenge that comes up, and you're like, how am I going to solve this? And we have all these people, 50 people here that we can, ask questions or run something by. I just think I really appreciate you being here, and I appreciate all the comments and what you have to offer the community. I think it's amazing. Deborah said, when I buy the 7-piece designer boxes from Thredup, I expect 5 of the 7 pieces to be sellable. I did get a $1,918 cashmere Ralph Lauren cardigan sweater. Not the norm. Yeah, I think that's really good. I think it's good to go into it like that. Like, I'm always happy. But I mean, I understand if you're spending a lot of money, if you're spending good money, and you hope to get something good, I understand the disappointment, I got 2 Jomar Wholesale CPR boxes because I like those bread and butter brands. I sell a lot of them. One of them was amazing, and one of them was like, ew. I mean, I won't lose money. I'll make money, but I'm just not as excited about the stuff in there. I just keep moving on. If I could go out sourcing every day, I would, but I can't. Sarah says, I'm currently taking super basic photos and descriptions of kids' clothing and putting them on auction on eBay for 99 cents plus shipping for 10 days because Kid isn't doing anything for me. Yeah, report back on how that goes. Like, if it all adds up and you end up making a bunch of money doing it that way. Hey, Kristen Blocker saying, hey, family. Always great to see you in the chat. Melissa said, any thoughts on my earlier comments about eBay sales? Let me see. Did I read them? There's so much happening up here. Sometimes it'll only let me put it in again, Kelly, if you don't mind. Melissa, if you don't mind, because sometimes there's just so much. It's hard. Like, if I can even, it'll only let me go up so far too. Carrie says, also another thought for me selling on Facebook groups, I've had some people that have become regular customers of mine. That's amazing. So are they coming? Are you doing like local pickup with that stuff or shipping? Charlene's not here, is she? She said the same thing in a comment to me on YouTube that she's selling on Facebook Marketplace and now she has regulars. And so they'll like check in with her and she'll get stuff that she knows they like. So that's amazing. Mindy said, it's beautiful here in Vermont because it's cold this week, 60 to 65 degrees. The fall leaves have started to turn, definitely helping me get my fall vibes going. I'll be there next week. Next Friday, I will be flying to Massachusetts, New Hampshire, the whole New England area. That's where my family is. So I will be there, and I didn't expect to get much good foliage this early. But I'm glad I might be able to get to see some. Do you know some people come from all around the country and the world to go to New England during the fall to see the foliage? I mean, it's extraordinary. Extraordinary. Okay, is this your... No, that's Mindy, not Melissa. Melissa, you're going to have to put it in again. I don't know where your question was about eBay. And I don't see it right here. So, yeah, and it would only let me go up to like the last 10 minutes or something like that. So... Mindy said, my daughter is flying out of Boston next week. Funny. I'll be flying into Boston. Again, I was just there in July. But my dad's got some health stuff going on. So I'm going to try and get there more often. And maybe next time I'll be sure to make more time in case people want to meet up because we were maybe thinking about doing that. I know I'm going to meet up with Lisette and maybe Lori Tata on... If it all works out, that's the plan on Wednesday next, not this coming, but the next. And I would like to actually, if I had thought ahead, I would like to do a few days. Then people could maybe meet up. We could do thrifting and go to lunch and do all that stuff. I just have one day to do that this trip, but next time I'll put a couple days in so that if anybody wants to meet up. Dawn says the same thing. In reference to Deborah's comment, I noticed that with Macari, stuff gets stale. But if you keep on relisting, I feel like stuff sells fast. Interesting. I'm going to have to get over there to Macari. I'm gonna have to get over there. James says, I'm not a Jomar affiliate and I've done well. I mostly buy Shannon's Philly 2.0 thrifted, curated stuff and the new with tag boxes. There's a good tip there. I mean, I'm a little bit more like I just buy a bunch of different stuff because I know I can sell it. I know I'm gonna make money. I like to try out different stuff and do videos. To me, I did a video about this. I think the staff picks boxes make sense because they're there with the inventory and they probably put stuff aside for their box. And then if you get the branded packs, then at least you know what you're getting. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be they have all Levi's box, all Victoria's Secret box, you know. I did okay on that Victoria's Secret box so far, but there was stuff in there that was a mess. Some of it was great. So random, says Hunter Ryan. But last week, I literally sold a pair of men's shorts on Mercari and Poshmark. I have listed for about 8 months. It was like minutes between them. I know. Those things are weird. You know what I did so well on? And I have an older video about this, you guys. Swimsuits. And Kelly Schaffner put out a video. She's got a great channel with videos. And she picked up a couple of swimsuits. I've done so well selling swimsuits on eBay. When Backstock was going and I got all those plus size swimsuits, you guys, it was awesome. I made so much money on those swimsuits. I got them for $5 a piece and they all sold for about $35 each. So, and swimsuits will sell all year round, especially those plus size one pieces, and you can usually get them pretty cheap. So glad Christy bought. Oh, Allie Dell is here. Hey, Allie. Glad Christy joined us, and now we got Allie Dell checking in. Oh my gosh, it's Lisette. Happy Friday, beautiful people. I was hanging out with my daughter and mom. I just got home. I love you, Quimby. I get to see you next week. Hey, what are you doing next week? Do you want to hang out? Maybe on Wednesday? Hopefully it all works out and everything's good and we get to go hang out and do thrifting. And guess what, friends? We'll have to make a video, Lisette, if we get together. Wouldn't that be fun? Like to do Lisette and I and whoever else thrifting in New England. Wouldn't that be fun? I'm very much looking forward to it. I wish I had more time. I'm kicking myself, but you know, I'm leaving Torvald for a week. And Carrie T says, don't sleep on swimsuits and they sell all year round. And I'd add to that, like, they do sell, for me, my experience, they do sell all year round. One pieces like plus size or better. A lot of plus size women do swimming as like their exercise activity. So they need those swimsuits all year round. I don't do quite as well with like, maybe you guys do, but like the 2-piece swimsuits, you know, I got a bunch of tankinis with matching bottoms with ruching. Those did really well. Pre-owned or new. Liv says, as a curvaceous gal myself, I love that. I'm a curvaceous gal. Cute, plus size, reasonably priced swim is hard to come by, so that makes sense. Yeah, these were called Dream Suit. I think they were almost maybe like a knockoff on the Miracle Suit. Dream Suit, new with tags. Sold, sold, sold. That was an awesome. I wish I had gotten more of those. Okay, let's see what Melissa says. I've been selling on eBay for a couple of years, a little of everything with free shipping. Recently, been moving to mostly clothing and converting to charging for shipping. Could this be why slow sales? All right, what do you guys think? I'm not the only eBay seller here, so let's hear what other people have to say for sure. It's hard to say. Like, it depends. What you might want to do, Melissa, is get a friend to like look at your closet and do like a little closet review for you. I'm saying closet, but on eBay, it's a store. And take a look at your store and give you some feedback on it. I'd say it depends what you're charging for shipping. I think on eBay especially, people are turned off by high shipping, because most people do free shipping. I do $2.99 shipping. The reason I switched a couple years ago on eBay to charging shipping is because as a clothing seller, I get about 3% return rate. And that's like typical and normal for most clothing sellers. And when you get a return, most of the time you have to pay for the shipping, and it was just getting expensive. So I started charging $2.99 for shipping, and I did not notice any like big decline in my sales. But I just put out a video, Melissa. When we're done here in a little bit, I suggest going to watch it. I just put it out this week. It's on when your sales are slow on eBay, what to do. And I give specific things to do. The main gist of the video, though, is like, just get on eBay and start doing a ton of stuff. Do everything you can do. You might try, like I always experiment. You might try like going back to free shipping and seeing if eBay likes that and it jogs sales again. But if you really don't want to and you want to charge for shipping, there's so many other things you could do. You could start listing more than your usual. You could start sending out a bunch of offers. You could start sending out coupons. You could start promoting some listings. I think eBay likes to just see you on there getting to work and doing a lot of different things. And then I guess it depends, like, how long have your sales been slow? Like, is it obvious to you that as soon as you changed shipping, that it was like, oh my God, now I'm not selling as much? I had a very slow last couple of weeks. And then I did this whole thing that I made the video about, and things really turned around. What do you guys think about that? Deborah said, I switched 99% of my eBay listings to buyer pays for shipping. It has not slowed me down. Posh Paradise says, I love selling swim. I love selling swim. Did I make a video about this? I think I did. Or was that about, I made a bras one recently. I love selling swim the same way I love selling bras. It's the same sort of thing. These are things that are easy to get. You can usually get them cheap at the thrift store. At the bins, they're going to be lightweight. Therefore, they're going to be cheap. They're easy to store. They're easy to ship. Shipping is cheap. You know, it's just one of these things that's like all around such a good flip. I have a huge box of bras I got to get listed. I listed some of them, but New England Betty Boop says, Lisette, so I'm doing a test run on Instagram and changed Posh is my purpose to New England Betty Boop. But I'm keeping Posh as my purpose on Poshmark. I just wanted to share. Okay, hold on. So you're changing Posh as my purpose to New England Betty Boop on Instagram. I'm glad you told me, because I'd be like, what's going on? But you're keeping Posh as my purpose on Poshmark. Well, that makes sense. Like on Posh, for your Posh store, it's a Poshy name. But you're doing a lot more than just Posh now, right? So it's like maybe you need more of a general name like that. Keep us posted. Let us know how it goes. Sarah said, people say eBay to have like items, but I sell a little of everything. Yeah. Mindy says, does anyone feel like returns come in threes? For the last year, that's happened to me. I don't know if I've noticed that or not. I know right now, like, I do not want to tempt the universe in any way, but I haven't had any returns in a little while, and I'm enjoying it because, yeah, now that you mention it, I don't know if it's threes, but I do notice, I'm like, what's up with all these returns? Like, I don't even know. I'm trying to think the last return I got. It was probably 3 weeks ago or something. This woman bought these pre-owned shoes, sneakers, and maybe you've had this experience before, but I had a thought run through my head. This customer is going to be difficult. I almost didn't want to sell her their shoes because you know how she sent me a bunch of questions. Is it a smoke-free home? How are the shoes stored? What would you say? And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I answer them all. And I'm like, sometimes it works out, but sometimes, and then she returned the shoes. She has all these sensitivities. And I just had this thought, if you're someone with all these allergies and sensitivities, why would you buy pre-owned shoes on eBay? Like, I would probably want to get a certain kind of shoe from a certain kind of place. And I just knew it was going to be one of those challenging customers. And it was, whatever. I refunded her. I moved on with my life. But I do feel like sometimes I'll be like, what's up with all these returns? And sometimes I'll be like right now, I'm like, I haven't had a return in a few weeks. So, Lisette said, everything else is New England Betty Boop. Kid is in Megari. Yeah, sounds like you're making the change and I support it. I think it's good. But Beth says, I don't do returns and I charge a reasonable shipping rate and I make sales on eBay. I think consistent listing is the key. You know what? I know we all make these videos like how to increase sales on eBay, how to fix eBay, what's going on eBay. And I still think the number one thing is exactly what Babette says. consistent listing is key. That's my experience. Your number one intervention in my personal experience, and it sounds like Babette's too, and some of you others, is when things are slow, just get on there and list. List and list and list. That'd be my number one. And then I had a bunch of other stuff I did too. So, and Mindy said exactly what happens to me. Liv says, is it easy to change your eBay username? I haven't figured it out. Just Google. It's easy to do. They only let you do it like 3 times or something. So make sure you know what you want it to be probably. But just Google how to change my username on eBay. Or on YouTube, there's probably like a video. Let me see what I missed up here because there was so much going on. I read Deborah's comment. Sarah said Rockstar Flipper does eBay store reviews for $5. That's so nice of him. He's awesome. Like everyone on YouTube has a different, I go to them for different things. Like whenever the eBay seller update comes in, I just put Rockstar Flipper and I go over because I know he's going to do a video on it. So how can he do it for $5? That's just generous of him, I think. That's amazing. Please hit that thumbs up, everyone. Melissa said, oh, I already read this one. Okay, I'm just going up to see if I missed anything. Oh my God, please keep saying foliage. I love your exuberance, Clemmy. Foliage. I did that whole video about bras, saying bra, bra, bra with my really bad New England accent, which I don't think I have much of, but on certain words. And I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Anyway, Deborah says, apparently Chico's the ultimate tee, size 3 is a bolo. I took an offer on eBay. I couldn't delist on Poshmark because there was an offer open, and I got an offer on Mercari before delisting. It sold on Poshmark, and I had to cancel. I hate when that happens. It's very rare that happens, but use that tip that I gave about how to end it on Poshmark. I'm trying to think. So this I love selling Chico's, but size 3 in Chico's is an extra large, so it tends to do really well. Yeah, I love selling Chico's. I have no problem with it. I know I've got those ultimate tee, but I'm trying to think if I got one in a size 3. But yeah, there are certain things within brands. There's my mom. So wonderful to think that you will connect with some sellers when you go back east. So exciting. Wonderful yogi back home. Love, Babette. That's my mom. Land Shark. Do I have that right? Land Shark Picker is here saying, good evening. Nice to see you. Welcome to the Reseller Community Night. We're here every Friday. Next Friday, I'll be in the air, though, on my way to Massachusetts, so I'll have to think of something to do to make up for it. Hunter Ryan says, the no pets, no smoking, if you're sourcing anywhere outside of your house, should say your home is or isn't smoke pet free, but you buy items too. Yeah, a lot of people in their listings will say pet free, smoke free home. So you can do that. I do get questions every once in a while. I do get, and that's totally understandable. I don't have trouble when people ask a question like, is it a pet free home? Maybe they're allergic or smoke free. I've gotten a few things in the years as a buyer myself on eBay, and it smells like smoke, and it's just like the worst. I don't know if you guys think of this. You probably do, but I buy a lot on eBay and Poshmark for myself and my family, clothing and stuff. The first thing I do is I open it up, I look, and I put it up to my face to smell it. It's just like an instinct. And when you get something that smells bad, it's such a turnoff. Often if I want the item, I'll just put it outside in the sun for a couple days, no problem. But I do think that if you are if you're sensitive to a lot of those things, I would just think you wouldn't want to shop pre-owned items on eBay because you're sensitive in that way. But I don't know. Let's see. Lindsay's talking to Deborah. Sarah said, I have pet-friendly home on my listings. Oh, so you let people know that you do have pets. That's helpful. Melissa said, I do list every day except Sunday and have done all the things to try and make sales. And I just did 2% promotion on everything. It helped a couple of days. Now, nothing. I just don't understand. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to take a look. Like sometimes, listen, there's a bunch of things you can do to get things back on track. And I think it's worth trying to do all those things. I think it's worth trying to list. I think it's worth sending out offers. I think it's worth going in there. Like I would use this time when you're not shipping and doing customer service to go in there and take a look at your eBay store and look at it very critically and be like, if someone was going to do a review of my store, what might they say to me? Like, are your pictures good or are they super dark? Are your prices competitive or are you like jacking up the prices trying to get the most you can for your items? Are your titles good? Like go in there and look for mistakes. That's what I did when my sales got slow a couple weeks ago. I was like, what's up? Well, let me go look. And I found so many mistakes and errors in listings. I went in and cleaned them all up. I looked for things that had been listed for longer than a year or longer than 6 months. I went in there like, why haven't they sold? Why has it been on there and not sold? Why does it have so many views and it's not selling? Is it a desirable item? Is my pictures good? Is my description good? Is my title good? Did I forget to put that it's a women's top? I just put Calvin Klein top, size XL. Like, did I forget something important? Sometimes it's in the wrong category. Sometimes I look at my price and I'm like, Quimby, what are you doing charging $29.99 for a J. Jill size small t-shirt? No one's going to buy that. So I'll edit my price. I'll just go in and like do a lot and get to work. And eBay knows and sees that you're on there. There's got to be a reason why things aren't selling usually. Now, is every once in a while someone's going to have a slow day or a slow week? Sure. That's just like a fluke that's going to happen sometimes. Everyone's going to have a slow sales week. But if this is going on and it's continuing, then I'd say take a look at your store or ask one of the resellers in the chat to be like, hey, you want to look at my store and give me some honest feedback? Usually there's things that you can do. You know what I mean? Sarah Lee said, even department stores and thrift stores spray stuff with chemicals. Yep, that's true. That's true. Babe, are you home? PD's home. Oh, I've been an hour. I like that, Sarah. Pet friendly. When I get another dog, I will sure change it to pet friendly. Yeah. Holly said, right now, items I'm getting from ShopGoodwill have a not bad, but a little weird because of the spray they have to put on everything because of COVID. Oh, yeah. Like if they're spraying with some sort of disinfectant, so you can just like throw it in the wash or leave it out in the sun. No big deal. Let's see. Oh, Sarah's talking about some return. Liv says, LOL, that's how my mom says brah, and she's from Michigan. I don't know why she says it like that. Holly says, resell from outside sources so you do not know for sure if smoke or pet free. Yeah, sometimes I just want to be like, you just know, like, oh God, this is going to be a tricky person. All right, friends, it's been about an hour, so I should probably wrap up, even though we still have nearly 50 people in our chat, which I really appreciate. I love spending time with you guys. I'm here every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Now, this Friday, I'll be flying, so I guess I won't be here next Friday coming up. That's weird. I haven't missed a Friday in quite a long time, so maybe I'll do Thursday or something else. So keep your eye on. Make sure you've got the little bell turned on so you get notifications in case I do. Oh, there's Cynthia. I'm here. I'm just wrapping up, but we got to say hi to Thrift Hauls. Cynthia, great to see you. And Melissa says, okay, thank you for all the advice. I'll take another look at everything. Listen, I had to do it recently. I've been selling 10 years. There's no shame in going in every once in a while and reevaluating and being like, you know, I've never gone in there and been like, my store's perfect. Everything's great. I don't need to change a thing. I've always gone in and been like, I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing prices that week, or why do my pictures look like crap? I go in there and I edit and change things, and I usually get things to turn around within a couple of days. So nice to see you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for being here. Good night.